Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. We are on the penultimate, I was going to say second last, but I decided to say penultimate to seem very, very cool, episode of the Clue-seum, of Night at the Clue-seum.
I don't know what's going to happen now. We just got sucked into the ground. Yeah, I assume we're dead.
I was opening up a map before we started to be like, what room do you think we're doing next? And obviously we're doing the archives because it's the only one left, but it's also not on the map, and we got sucked into the ground at the end of the last episode. Sucked right in to the ground.
And then a man appeared, like, rubbing his hands together.
Yeah, being all creepy and weird. I love it when the ground sucks people up. It's my favorite thing. Is what he said, I believe.
Yes.
Word for word. Every episode, we have an audio escape room. And for these connected 10 episodes, we have a guest game master who's written a new room. And we have, returning to the show, Miranda Phair. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you for having me back.
It's been a while.
Yeah. You wrote a suit-based room for us.
Yes.
A very long time ago.
4 years ago, I think.
Which was great fun.
And it went, as far as I remember, it went incredibly well.
I think so. I was using all of the experience I had in that professional capacity, which I will not be repeating now. So we'll see how this goes.
All right. Lovely. Well, we're very excited to have you back. You're our fair weather friend. Speaking of which, you also have a Substack called Fair Weather Friend that you... I just know that you were recently talking about doing stuff about Golden Idol, which we wrote. So therefore, it's basically
connected universe.
It's all a big connected universe. What kind of stuff do you do on the Substack?
I talk about games that I play. I talk about games I haven't played. I talk about things in the murder mystery realm.
Nice.
I went to a crossword tournament, so if I go to a crossword tournament, I'll talk about that. I feel it's things that overlap with the fan base.
Yeah, it feels like the sort of stuff that if people want more content to read, if you're like, I don't need another podcast, I want to read some stuff, it's probably a good thing to check out for people who like this show.
It's not family friendly, and I don't cite everything properly.
Okay, so don't read it out loud.
If you're a kid or an archivist, don't go there. It's poorly cited smut. It's not for you.
What is it now?
Lovely. Well, look, we're very excited to have you back on the show. It's been quite a while since you were last on.
We need some updates.
This is a long-term update. This is an escape room show. What is your escape room experience?
So to remind people, because I'm sure they went and listened to my last episode right before this, but just in case they haven't, I think I'd done like 9 or 10 then. And I just hit 50 yesterday.
Nice.
That's how it's done. That's an update.
I got the Morty badge. And it's been good. I would like to do more, but it's not the cheapest hobby on the planet.
Once you hit 50, I assume that means you've had to do a bit of travel to spread out and find other places to do them.
Yeah, so it's a lot of like not doing one for 3 months and then going to another city and saying I have to hit everything in one day.
Of course.
Fair.
Which is the practical way to do things.
Yeah. Just do 4 a day. And by the 4th one, you're feeling great, definitely sharp, ready to solve puzzles.
My brain still works. I can still read.
This is escape rooms mixed with tabletop role-playing style presentation. Are there any updates in the last 4 years to your tabletop role-playing experience?
Yeah, so last time I was begging people to invite me to a D&D game.
Nice.
I did get into one. Not for me, but I reconnected with some friends from high school and they let me in on kind of the tail end of their Blades in the Dark campaign. That's very fun.
Yeah.
And then we were going to start Slug Blasters, which is built on that kind of.
I don't know what that is, but what?
It's very fun. Okay, this is like a year and a half ago and we only played once because everyone else is like an adult with a spouse or a child or a medical practice. So it's sort of like Blades in the Dark, but the theme is like Y2K. You're like cool teenagers who skateboard, but it's like a hoverboard skateboard. It's slug blasting and you have to like go to these different locations and you're trying to complete. I'm like going off memory completely, but I think
I see looking it up that the tagline for Slug Blaster is kickflip over a quantum centipede.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That seems
It was
very
very fun, but we only played once, and since then I haven't done anything.
So now you've upgraded to begging people to invite you to a Slug Blasters game.
Exactly.
Perfect. All right, well, you've brought us the ninth room of the Clue-seum. We've been sucked into the floor, much to some creepy guy's joy. Are we ready to start? Is there anything else we need to cover? I don't think there is.
I don't think so. I think you know
All
where
right.
you're going. Maybe.
Well then, Miranda, whisk us away.
After some time, the spaceship comes to a stop. You take a brief inventory of yourselves, still in one piece with all your belongings, thankfully. While you've been traveling, the only thing to do besides scream internally has been to look at the interior of the ship, so with this, you are quite familiar already. Directly in front of you is a panel with a touchscreen. To your right is an exit door. On the walls surrounding you, cylindrical, so is it a wall or is it walls? I don't know. There are 4 small peepholes, like you'd see in a hotel door, at regular intervals.
That's our whole view?
Yep, that's where you are.
All right, Dani,
I feel like we should.
let's just exit.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Let's just go to the exit door and step
Yeah.
right out.
How hard could it be?
So you see a large metal door, the one you entered through. There are no windows and no discernible lock or handle. There must be some other way to open it.
Okay.
Touchscreen before we go to the peepholes? I assume it would be good to know what we're going to be looking for.
Sure. Okay, straight to the panel.
So you go tap on the screen, and an animated logo appears of a spaceship orbiting a globe with the words, Southern Cross Mission 3 successful. Please enter PIN to exit. The logo disappears, and a numbered touchpad appears in its place.
All right, well, that sounds good. Looking for a code. We've got 4 peepholes. That could be 4 numbers.
Yeah, what
I'm
was it?
happy
Southern
so far.
Cross
Mission 3 successful.
Mission 3.
Oh man, what happened to 1 and 2?
What exactly do we need to input?
A number code.
A number code. Okay. Well, let's start looking through peepholes.
Yeah, all right. Is there a good... I have drawn mine in the non-cardinal corners.
Yeah, me too. I put it in the northeast, the southeast, the southwest, and the northwest.
You don't know how you're oriented. That's what you're imagining. You're imagining you're facing north.
I imagined there'd be one of them between the panel and the exit door
Okay.
as our first port of call.
Does
So
that-
let's start with that one.
So there are 4 small peepholes equally spaced on the cylindrical wall. You're not really sure how useful these are as windows when the ship is in space, but you can probably get a good sense of where you are now if you look through one. You can see that you're in a large, dimly lit space, definitely indoors, in what appear to be rows of books. The magnification allows you to see one book in great detail, but everything surrounding it is pretty blurry. You can see as much as the book title and the label on the spine that must contain the call number, but it isn't any classification system you recognize. So I will have you look at peephole 1.
Oh, yeah, we've got some images here.
So people following along at home, you can see these images in the show notes. There is a link to all of the images, and then you can click them as you go. We're looking at peephole 1. Ooh,
okay.
Books, books, books.
Yes, we are looking at a bookshelf. There's just sort of some grey ones that are clearly not very important. And then right in the center, there is a big, bright purple one. It's got a code, like an index sort of code at its base. And what's its title, Bill?
Principles of Eastern Philosophy. So
Okay.
maybe that's our orientation. We're looking out this hole to the east.
Could be, could be. 1818 A72 is the
Yes.
little indexy sort of code at the bottom.
1818A72. Principles of Eastern Philosophy. Okay, so yeah, so that one's done. So that's our Eastern. So that did help us orient ourselves in space, as promised.
Presumably.
Um,
We think, maybe.
I mean,
You think.
but if the philosophy is to the east of you, you must be to the west. So this is actually facing west. Because if you were facing east, it would just be central philosophy.
That's nonsense. Can we rotate ourselves clockwise to the next peephole?
Which we assume will be south.
You can, and that is peephole 2.
We've got a yellow book this time as our main focus. And it doesn't mention south at all, Billy.
Yeah, but that's because we already oriented ourselves by looking at the Eastern philosophy one. This one is called Constellations and Asterisms. And its code is 52788X6. Interesting.
It is interesting.
Let's continue around to the next one,
Mhm.
to the Western peephole.
This one is blue.
Ooh, that's the city that we're in, and a reference to our second season. Peters Point Municipal Statutes and Bylaws. 350 or 075 P9.
Intriguing.
I haven't written down any of these codes, by the way. I'm
No,
just sort of
neither
hoping
have
that
I. Maybe I should.
And then Peephole 4 at the north, I'm assuming. Northanger Abbey. Northanger Abbey. By Jane Austen. 835R201.
Interesting. All right, I'm actually going to start writing these down.
Is there any connection between the title and these numbers?
It's not impossible.
Like, there's not... I mean, it doesn't start with the 8th letter. You know, N is not the 8th letter of the alphabet for Northanger Abbey. It's not an 8-letter word either.
No. The 8th letter of Northanger Abbey would be G, if that helps.
G, and then B.
R, and then H. Wait, when B? Oh, you're going by different words.
Yeah.
That's not going to work for long.
No.
No, that doesn't seem to be helping me
All right.
out.
There's always one letter and a number on either side.
And they're not always in the same place.
No.
Were there any... Did the touchscreen have anything color-y on it?
Ooh.
It doesn't. If you go start touching numbers, once you've entered 6 digits, the screen flashes an access denied message.
6 digits? Ah.
Okay, so we need 1.5 numbers per book.
We can make this work. Can we look at the 1818, the Eastern one again? People 1?
Yeah. People 1.
I just
Principles
think
of
the
Eastern
repetition
philosophy.
feels like maybe it could help us out.
1818. What's the 18th letter?
R.
Well, that doesn't help. R-R-A.
I mean, it could be 18, then 1-8.
Yeah, which is
R-A. H. Okay, we're
H.
still at Ra.
Raha. It's either or Ra. And then 72 must be 7 and 2, which is FB. AFB?
GB.
GB. AGB. Yeah, it's not going to help. AGB is not going to
No.
help. So what are the letters that we have in each of these?
R, A, X, and P. Starting from the north.
Raxp. Prax. X is like a multiplier, but nothing else is, so that's not going to help. Also, we want to use these 4 books, presumably, to somehow generate a 6-digit code. And that's odd, isn't it?
It is.
How many numbers are after the letters?
In total?
In total.
7.
7? That's a different number than 6. Do the titles mean more than we think? I don't think so. Principles of Eastern Philosophy,
I assume they're not random.
Constellations and No, but I mean, like, do we need to consider them just by themselves as a big clue?
Oh, I see.
Like, constellations and asterisms. Oh, that'll be where you put an asterisk. Like,
The Southern Cross.
oh, it is the Southern Cross. Southern Cross Mission 3 successful. So we're in the Southern Cross spaceship, meaning constellations and asterisms is maybe the most important thing to us.
It is based on our depiction,
Would
the one
be
that's in the
south.
south.
And it has a cross in it.
Oh, it does. Interesting.
So is that going to get us our code to exit? I mean, I'm assuming the code is not just 527886, or maybe it is.
Maybe
Maybe this wasn't a puzzle at all.
You can try it. You feel like you're on the right track, but it doesn't work.
What happens if we multiply 500?
Oh, God.
52,788 by 6?
Probably
Probably gets us a 6-digit code.
It probably does. I can.
Yeah, do it by
Do you have
hand.
a calculator handy?
No, do it by hand right now. It's not hard. It's just times 6.
316728.
Does that work?
That does work. You hear a
Yay,
chime as the screen
okay.
fades to black and the exit door opens.
It was maths.
It was.
All right.
So when you try to exit, you realize you can't fit through the door with your spacesuits on. So you shed them and make your way out of the ship. As soon as your feet touch the marble floor, the hatch slams shut and the ship ascends once more. The hole in the ceiling slides closed. Once the ship leaves your sight, it's like nothing was ever there.
And I don't have to draw it on my map.
You find yourself in a large circular room with a vaulted ceiling. You're certain that if you'd come here earlier in the day, you would have remembered that. To the north is a stone archway, festooned with a red velvet curtain to each side, leading to a smaller room that looks like it might be an office, but you can't quite see it in detail from where you stand. Surrounding you are floor-to-ceiling wooden bookshelves stuffed with leather-bound volumes, as you saw out the ship. Between the bookshelves, you can see shiny brass plaques on the walls. To the east is a brick fireplace with a crackling fire inside. And to the south is a gray door that looks heavy, but you can't say for sure because you haven't tried to open it.
Could be the lightest door in the world.
Surely Eve can't be in here, right? Well, regardless, you should figure out if Eve is and either find the kid and leave or leave so you can go find the kid.
Now, you said there were things to the north, the south, the east, the west. There are bookshelves all around the sort of rest of the room. And there are plaques on the walls. As in, like, all over the circular wall, randomly, there will be plaques? Like, whereabouts are they?
Yeah,
They are at even intervals around the room. There are 6 of them total.
Well. Back to our even intervals. So there's a northeast, there's a south, there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them?
Yeah.
It's hard
And the
to
room's
interval.
circular, but the top's kind of flat because you have the arch, so...
I've arbitrarily drawn 6 plaques. Wonderful. Well, Dani, did you want to look at the
I
plaques?
would love to look at these plaques.
Let's look at plaque 1, or all the plaques.
So there are a number, 6 to be exact, of brass plaques on the walls between the bookshelves. Each has a sconce with a light about 2 meters above it, which is really the only light source in the reading room besides the fireplace. On the wall above each plaque, there's a nail and a rectangle where the paint appears slightly darker, or everything around it appears a bit more faded.
And there's nothing written on the plaques, or there is?
There is. So they're all different. So if you start at the right of the arch and go clockwise, the plaques read as follows: 1670 to 1713, 1688 to 1741, 1722 to 1799, 1776 to 1816, 1806 to 1859, 1847 to 1915.
Billy,
Yes.
do you know any famous people in the literary world who have these as their life and death dates?
Let's take a guess. Let's try and guess to see if these are real
Unfortunately, I
people.
only know a few with definite life and death dates, and they do not match these ones.
Well, 1670 to 1713. That's someone writing in the late 1600s, early 17s. That's too early for Daniel Defoe.
A hint too early. Yes.
That's going to be a bit early for Defoe. It's too late for Cervantes. Who's the one? What about Milton?
I have no dates on
Is
Milton.
that a good time for Milton?
I have no idea.
Because he's not Dante. Dante's like 1300.
This also could be science writers.
Oh, yeah, I'm just having fun.
We have no idea how literary this
1688 to 1741 now. Maybe that's Defoe.
is. Not
Is that when he was
impossible. I
writing?
looked up Defoe really recently, and
I feel like he's earlier than you think.
uh,
But maybe he's later than I think because of that. Maybe when I thought he was earlier, I thought it's because I thought he was from 1910. And then it turned out he was from 1780. And now I imagine he's from 1670. All right. 1722 to 1799?
not even a faint clue.
Isaac Newton.
Too much 1700s for me. Isaac Newton.
No, he's
No.
probably earlier.
Um,
When did Isaac Newton do
I
stuff?
think he was 16s, late 16s.
Maybe you're right. I feel like maybe he did stuff like right on 1700.
I feel like I consider
maybe
him going,
Principica
great fire of
Mathematica.
London, Newton? Almost.
It was like 1693 or something. Maybe I've made that up. I mean, I just did, legitimately. 1766 to 1816?
Ooh, they didn't last long.
No.
Could be Jane Austen.
Is that too early for Jane Austen?
No, I thought... I'm not perfect at the exact years, but 18 teens, I feel, isn't bad for her.
That's fair, but I feel like maybe she was young in the 18 teens.
Yeah, she didn't live amazingly long.
Yeah, but if you were born in 1766,
70,
you won't be-
1776.
76, I wrote that down right.
That one's just America.
Oh yeah, that's America. That's when America was right.
Died in 1816.
Yeah, they've been
I
dead to me
don't-
since then.
I don't know what happened in 1816, but I'm sure someone's getting a good chuckle out of that.
1806 to 1859.
No idea. All of the 1800s people I know died in 1849.
That's Emily Bronte. You can't tell me it's not.
You're right.
1847 to 1915.
No, I got nothing on that.
No,
We-
A.B. Facey.
All right, we have done the best of our speculation. It
If
wasn't
that's
much.
A.B. Facey, oh boy,
Who's A.B. Face?
he wrote A Fortunate Life.
Oh, okay. Sure. I know
He's an
that
Australian.
one. Oh,
writer.
okay.
I don't think from then.
Not in
Hold on,
1847
sorry
it wasn't.
everybody. I know we got to move on and actually do this escape room, but let me just quickly Google when A.B. Facey was alive.
1894.
1894 to 1982. Good on you, Albert Facey. But okay, much later. 1894.
I really don't know this writer, but okay.
Not 1847. I mean, it wasn't crazy off. Let's be clear. He just died in the 80s, which is...
All right, so I'm interested in like the nail and the weird paint.
It looks like we're going to have to hang things in these
I
places.
guess.
Maybe portraits of the people like
Yeah.
A.B. Facey
That's fair.
who are on these dates.
All right, well, it only seems best to check out the fire and see if any paintings have been cast in there.
Yeah.
A brick wood-burning fireplace is built into the wall, and a fire is currently crackling inside of it. There's nothing ashen that looks suspicious. It's like someone lit it recently, maybe. A porcelain vase of roses sits atop the mantle. All of them are dead except one.
Ooh. Anything interesting about the one that's alive? Can we take it and examine it?
You can. There's no water in the vase, so this is interesting to you, but that's all you note.
Shall we check out the door to the south?
Yeah, let's
aluminium door that looks steel.
do that.
Based on your superior deductive reasoning skills, this door has to be the exit. But when you pull on the handle, it won't budge. An alarm blares, and you hear a pre-recorded voice say, "Anti-theft system armed, door locked." Pretty high tech for what appears to be a fairly old building, but that's the least of your concerns right now. You'll have to figure out what to do about the anti-theft system.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's because someone's taken all the paintings off the plaques.
Oh, man.
All right, let's go through the, what was the word that we had for that archway?
Festooned. That wasn't it.
Festooned. No, I think
Was
it was
it?
festooned.
It's festooned.
But do you look like you wanted to do something else?
I did, but it can wait.
No, what do you want to do?
It can wait.
No, I don't want to wait.
I wanted to grab that copy of Northanger Abbey and see if at the
Oh.
front or the back of it,
Said when
it
Jane
had
Austen
a
was
Jane
alive?
Austen.
Let's do it. Can we grab
mini
Northanger
bio.
Abbey and see when Jane Austen died?
You kind of climb up there because it was high up, and you grab it and you look at it, and there's no biographical information about her. Honestly, someone just printed this off and like repackaged it and sold it. It's in the public
Yeah, they're
domain.
allowed to do that.
Okay.
Festooning?
Yeah, let's go through the festooned arch.
You love a festooned arch. So you walk up to it. You can't actually look behind the curtain. They're like very taut, kind of against the wall. So you're like, all right, this is pretty. But I'll walk through the arch, and it is like you thought it might be an office. So you're in a little office now.
Nice.
Great.
Against the west wall, there's a desk. On the east wall, there's a shelving unit. And then on the north wall, east side, half the wall is like cement with a steel door in it.
Ooh. Whoa. Okay.
To the left of that, there's a floor-to-ceiling chain link fence with a gate, but you can see through the fence.
That's weird.
What do we see through it?
You see that it's blocking off another area of the room. You can't see too well off to the sides, but you can see directly through to the back wall, where there is what appears to be a workbench, and on the wall directly above it, a map, which you can actually see pretty well from your vantage point. There's a gate, but it's locked with a directional lock.
As in, there's a gate in the chain link fence?
Yes.
Great.
And if you'd like to look at the map now, I
I'd
believe
love
it's
to.
just called map.
All right.
It's a very old-looking world map.
For
I
people
love
playing along
those.
at home, you can also see this map. What's going on? It's a
Ooh,
map.
Okay, it's definitely a world map. It's got some big red circles in certain areas.
We've got the Royal Society of London, England. You know who did stuff there? Isaac Newton.
And lots of people.
The Curie
the
Lab
Curie Lab!
in Paris, France. You know who worked there? The Curies.
Cool. I've set a room there.
We got a dig site in British West Africa. You know who dug there?
No.
Livingston, I presume.
And did he do West Africa?
I don't know. I just want to say Livingston, I presume. Incan site in Peru. You know who did stuff there?
No.
The Incas.
Well, that makes sense.
Tierra del Fuego. You know who went there?
Columbus, probably.
I was going to say Magellan.
Maybe that makes sense.
Though I
too.
don't think any of these dates are right from Magellan either.
No.
The Gallantry expedition in the South Pole. You know who went there?
No.
Robert Falcon Scott.
Well,
maybe.
Maybe.
My New Pacific Island.
That's curious.
Gravestown.
That's not what that says. My new
Sorry,
island Pacific.
My New Island Pacific.
Interesting. That's curious wording.
And we've also got a couple of other. We've got laboratory, New South Wales, Australia. That's what Albert Graves had his laboratory.
That's where Wi-Fi was born.
Award ceremony, Japan.
Makes sense.
That's
And
where
laboratory.
they discovered nihonium
British India.
and laboratory in British India.
Yeah, this is interesting as a mixture of places where scientists work and places of significance to the map owner.
I'm so intrigued by this map. Do you see how America is divided up?
No.
There is Britannia on the right side of Canada.
Uh-huh.
And then to the west of that,
Yeah.
there is New North Wales and New South Wales.
Oh, really?
What are you doing? We already got one in Australia.
Oh, interesting.
Australia doesn't have an eastern half.
That's unusual for Australia.
That means that this is a map by the Dutch,
Could be.
and it's from 16.
Yeah, that
something.
implies the early 16s if we got no East Coast.
No east coast of Australia. That'll be a Dutch map from the 1600s.
Could be. We got a big amount of Cathay, I see. Old term for China.
I'm just having fun with an old map.
I know, we
It
could
is a
be here
cool
a
map.
while.
The map owner may never have bothered to update it. When I was in school, we had Yugoslavia and the USSR and
Aw.
Zaire and Rhodesia. I had a map with Rhodesia on it.
When
'cause
did
they never
that
replaced
change?
our classroom map. Like way before they should have replaced the map.
Wow.
Oh, that's lovely.
All right, great. Well, we've got a map. I don't know
Yep.
what to do about it, but that's fine.
Mhm.
There
Wait,
are
how many-
directions.
how
It's a directional
many-
lock to get in there. So maybe we have to be like, I went from my lab
4, 5, 6,
in
7, 8, 9, 10.
Australia to
points?
Japan.
Wait, what's that? Oh, yeah, right. That was the Antarctic one down the bottom.
So maybe this will
quite a
help
lot
us
more.
do a directional thing.
Yeah, just making sure it's more than the number of dates that we had.
Yes, good point. But no, there are 10 places on the map
Hmm.
and only 6 dates.
All right, shall we check out this heavy-duty door and concrete wall area?
I mean, yeah, it's probably just going to be a closed door, right?
Guess.
This is the door that appears to lead to the archival storage. It won't open though. Who could have guessed? You see a temperature control lock that must be keeping you out.
Ooh.
If you'd like to have a look at temperature lock.
Oh, sure.
Right now, it reads a balmy 25 degrees.
Yes, okay, so we have a temperature lock. There seems to be a green section from 16 to 20 degrees.
Love it.
Everything else is red on this temperature measure. Long consonantal temperature control lock for climate controlled archival spaces. Air, with the alchemical symbol for air maybe,
Yeah,
on
was
top of
last
it.
time.
Temperature reading must be within recommended range.
Can I just say long consonantal? Now, I
That feels like a
don't-
bit that we've done
I
before.
don't remember a lot of things from my earlier rooms,
I feel
but
like
that
you did
is
something about
striking
that.
something.
You
at
wrote
me.
something about long consonantal.
It wasn't that long ago.
You'd think.
You are in the archive, so you might find archival material there.
All right, can we go back to the books and look for Escape This Podcast archives?
There is so much material. You think it's going to take you 16 seasons to read through all of it?
Escape
Where are you
this
at now?
podcast,
16.
1806 to 1859.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, we stole this whole idea. Okay. Well, long consonantal. What was long consonantal?
I think it was just
You
a
did this. This
reference
is your
to
bit.
letters. I needed people to be thinking about consonants.
I remember this being a bit.
I know.
All right. Well,
It's the electronics store in what Alice found.
oh, that had like a thing where we looked at it from an angle to be long consonants.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like me. I don't know. Very curious though. Oh well, keep that one open.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was so busy on that I did not read the rest of it.
Air temperature reading must be within recommended
Yes, okay,
range, and it
that's
looks like it
cool.
has a little alchemical symbol, possibly just for air.
Great.
It
I
says it
love
above
that.
air.
Yeah, we still have our notes. We got some alchemical symbols.
We got so
in the
much to look at.
last
Let's
room.
never do anything. Let's have a look at the table to the west of the office, not the table to the west of the archive.
It's a regular wooden desk, nothing too special. Atop it sits a computer, an old one. Not a mid-20th century computer or anything. It's not that old, but it's beige. Next to it sits a paper cup half full of Jim Gorton's coffee that's gone cold.
Yay.
You don't drink coffee, you drink tea, right? But you're like
Yeah.
science people, so maybe you know this. Why is it that whenever you have like a hot drink and you leave it out, it doesn't cool to room temperature, it gets like actively cold?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just rude.
Was this really just Miranda asking out of curiosity, or is this all a bit to tell us that
We should take the cold coffee, move it over towards the
the
thermo
thermo
lock and hold it up to see if it cools down the air around the lock.
Ah.
Do you want to do that now, or do you want to know what else is on the desk?
I would
Oh,
love to know what
fine.
else is on the
We'll know what else is on the desk.
So to the left side of the desk sits a printer, also beige. Taped to the wall above the desk, there's a poster with the reading room code of conduct. And there is also a brochure on the desk.
Well, let's ignore all of that and take the cold coffee over to the temperature lock.
I guess what we're gonna do, just like
sort of hold it
dribble
there.
a little bit
Just
on
hold
it or
it there and
something?
see what
You
happens.
can hold it there and see, and you feel like you totally have this, but you're not going hard enough.
We pour it all over the lock.
Just dump it on the lock.
Yeah,
That
dump it
seems
on the
really rude. This is not your archive. This is not your workspace. You're doing
Better
it.
than dumping it on the books.
But it does work. It now reads 18 degrees, and you can enter that room if you'd like.
Quickly open it.
Oh, I
Open it
don't-
before it
let's-
fails.
Can we open the door and then not walk in?
Then put the cup in the door so it will not shut again.
There is still so much that we need to look at.
This is true.
I don't have time to go into a new room.
Okay, that's fair. Yep, propping it open.
It's open. We'll get there. We'll get there later. Okay.
Can I read the code of conduct poster?
Sure. It's up on the wall. You may look at Reading Room Code of Conduct.
For people at home, you can also see this, but, oh, look, we got the symbol for water on it. Dani, would
Lovely.
you like to read?
Reading room code of conduct. 1. No food or drink permitted in the reading room. Water
With the
an
alchemical
upside-down
symbol for water.
triangle in a container with a lid is acceptable, but may not be consumed while using the materials. 2. Archival materials is for reading room use only and is not to be removed from the premises. Please leave it on the table and alert the archivist when you have finished using it. Failure to comply with the above regulations will result in a lifetime ban and/or activate the physical barrier. You do not want to encounter the physical barrier. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Dan, do you want to encounter the physical barrier?
I think we have a little bit. It's a really angry door.
All right, thank you, Reading Room Code of Conduct. What about this brochure? Is that available as well?
You go look at the brochure, and you see that it is glossy. It's a welcome brochure from a company on top of the desk, so you take a closer look at it. Thank you for your purchase of a Raggoletto & Sons anti-theft security system. The safety of your valuable items is important to us, and we know our system will provide peace of mind. How it works. We've used proprietary sensor technology to map the location of your most precious items, your family portraits, to the space they belong in. If they're out of place, the doors, windows, portals, hatches, trapdoors, vents, skylights, wormholes, circle one or more is appropriate, will lock, preventing a thief making off with your goods. If something else is put in its place to attempt to fool the system, the culprit will be subject to a harmful electric shock and promptly lose consciousness. Raggoletto & Sons LLC is not responsible for injuries sustained from electrical shock system, and by agreeing to use our product, you assume all liability.
That's why I said you do not want to encounter it. That's a
I guess so.
Raggoletto thing.
All right, done.
Oh, man. This is like the first time ever that some of the references have actually struck.
Oh, did the Raggoletto say you do not want to encounter something?
There's a similar quote to that. It's just like a you don't want to see me angry sort of quote.
You don't want to encounter me when I'm furious.
Exactly.
Okay, lovely. Does the computer turn on?
You go to wake up the computer. It's off. You have to turn it on. You press the button. The computer monitor shows a boot sequence starting. It's taking its sweet time. Maybe you should check back later.
Someone didn't wait for the "it is now safe to turn off your computer" message earlier.
But the printer turns on as well, and it whirs for a moment, but then you see the paper jam light flashing.
Can we open it up and see if we can get the paper out?
You're able to open the printer up and pull out the offending piece of paper. Once you shut the lid, the printer whirs happily, in as much as you can personify a printer, and spits out a single page. And you may have a look at test page.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, for people at home, you can see this test page. We've seen that symbol before, haven't we? Is that just the library,
The museum
museum symbol?
I believe
Great.
you.
I believe me too.
Print test page, archive storage system, and at the bottom of the page, we've got some jagged shapes of rainbowy colors happening.
Mm-hmm.
Some just very miscellaneous, different size, different boldness words all around the place.
Yeah. So, like, that weird ziggity-zaggity thing on the left has above it lunch, shoe, beat, kick.
Quite
getting
bold,
smaller
getting
and smaller,
smaller.
but all bold. In the middle, all the same size and without any bold, there's argument, line, paddle, and rank.
Is it different font as well?
I think so.
Definitely.
And then on the right, with the three spiky section on the right, which is green, it says life where stable fungus, getting bigger as it goes, and each one bold.
What does this mean?
Yeah.
What can we do with this?
I kind of want to ignore this completely
For the moment.
because I feel like we might spend 20 minutes trying to solve this, but we don't know what's going to.
This is fair. So far, we're gathering pieces. This might be a sort of room where we want to gather our pieces together and then figure out a target
if we've
zone.
solved that, what would it get us? It's not going to get us directional.
We don't know
points.
that, but yeah, I agree. I think that's fair.
Let's go to the
Storage
shelves to the right.
Shelving.
You look at the open shelving to find a series of bottles labeled with strange symbols. They look sort of familiar. You recognize some of them as planetary symbols, others you're sure you've seen before. Thankfully, each jar is also labeled with the name of the substance it contains. You can look at alchemy jars.
All right.
I'm not sure what we want with them, but it's good to know they're there.
We have alchemy jars. We've got mercury. Still, people can see this in the show notes if you're following along at home. Mercury, silver, tin, salt, iron, antimony, cinnabar, amalgam, lead, gold, aquafortis, and bismuth. We also know the symbols for water and air from the two things that we did before, and they have symbols attached to them.
Last episode, we had a couple of alchemical symbols related to us that we didn't end up using. 2 of them I can see here. 1 of them I cannot. The ones for mercury and salt. We had reference last time.
All right, lovely. But I don't know what I need to do with these, so I'm going to ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep looking around.
Well, what do you want to look at next?
Well, firstly, just in case, can I check the back of the archway that we came through with the festooned curtains?
It is not festooned on this side.
Wonderful. I think the next thing to do, because I don't know how to solve any of the problems we've been presented with.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any family portraits. The computer's still on, so we're going to go into
door?
the final room.
Okay.
Well, not the final room, but the next room. Can we go into the room through the door in the top right with the temperature code?
You enter the archive through the south door. You see seemingly endless compact shelving containing archive boxes. You take a look around for Eve just in case, but not in here. You are kind of intimidated by how far back the shelving seems to go. You think maybe if you had something to guide you where to look, you'd feel braver about going inside.
All right.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now what do we actually want to do?
Yeah, we have a bunch of dates for the portraits, but that's fine. We don't have the portraits yet. We don't know anything about them. We'll find that later on. We've got a bunch of books. We've got 2 separate bunches of books. The shelves and the table, both of which we don't know what we're looking for.
It is very challenging to know sort of what we should be looking for. Like maybe we could be looking for something that we've seen on the map. Like maybe we should be looking for a book on Curies. Something like that.
True. Is that enough to go on?
Probably not. There's so much stuff in there. You don't know what you'd look for. You already kind of use the shelves anyway.
Yeah, true. We have a single rose and a bunch of dead roses. Does that help? Peter, maybe we should be trying to solve that poster or the test page. I don't know what that would be, but maybe we should try and interpret it in some way.
So these colours at the bottom, I wouldn't say that they match the books that we were looking at earlier. They are just insofar as they're colours.
Oh yeah, nor would I. But there are colours. It's a gradient from orange to purple to blue to light blue to yellowy green to green, dark green. It's a whole little thing.
What do the actual jagged shapes of them mean?
True, yeah, it's 3 jagged rectangles.
They look a little
together,
bit like
2, then 3.
like books on an angle.
Yeah, that's true. Or archive shelving. What do these words mean anything? Lunch, shoe, beat, kick, life, wear, stable, fungus, argument, line, paddle, rank. Can we stick them together anyway? Could you go from left to right by going like lunch, paddle, stable? Not really.
Do they have anything in common? Like a prefix, suffix sort of thing? Anything like that?
Maybe.
Box.
Beat box.
Kick box, shoe box, lunch box.
Oh, so all of those can be followed by box.
Yeah.
Lunchbox, shoebox, beat box, kick box.
Uh-huh.
So the whole left section is box.
Yeah. Now, the others aren't going to work like that because I don't know any prefix, suffix that works for the word fungus.
No.
But we must just be only connecting here. There's something that these things have in common.
So the left ones can all be followed by box. Anything about the middle ones? Oh, Oh, box.
Mhm.
Could this possibly be getting us something that we want from the archive?
It could be. It could
because
be
it's the
telling us the
archive
box to
storage
look
system,
for.
and so we might find out like it's box
Exactly.
1A or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, however, can we have a quick look at some of the boxes in the archive?
Yeah, you can peek into the archive. You see the boxes, for the most part, have 3-digit numbers.
Mhm.
The shelves are numbered. There's numbers for each like tier of the shelf.
Cool. So
The shelf numbers go up really high, but
true. But if we were looking for a box, would we be able to be like, oh, this is box 718 kind of thing, or
you would have to know what shelf it's on, but you would be able to locate it if you have the number.
A number, but possibly also more location-based as well.
So is this going to help us get something like that?
Could be.
Lifeware stable fungus.
What do those things have in common?
Mushroom. Horse room is a stable.
Mm-hmm.
Argument, line, paddle, and rank.
I feel like I'm hovering around something semantic for those ones.
Yeah, I have no idea. Lifeware stable fungus. Fungus is such an odd word.
It really is.
Nothing goes with fungus. Is there something that connects these words at all? Like sweet life.
Trying, and now I'm stuck on constable.
Constable.
But I don't think that's gonna work.
Con life.
Confungus is actually the most believable of those.
Confungus. Oh, this is I'm feeling so confungus. Footwear. Foot fungus.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't think there's a leisure stable. There's not a gym stable for gym wear.
Oh, what are you doing stable? You are unstable.
I guess you could approach it from, so you already know you have a box number. What else might you need to get a location?
A shelf number.
Just a general location.
Shelf
sort of
stable?
marker.
Shelf life? Is shelfware something?
Maybe? I don't know. Is shelfware something?
And is a shelf fungus something?
They're those mushrooms that grow on trees that look like shelves.
Really?
Okay, I've never heard those called shelf fungus.
Oh,
I know.
crazy.
But then again, I've also never seen them in real life.
I asked an Australian and they said they've seen them.
Oh, no, I absolutely know what you're talking about. It never occurred to me to give a word for them.
What is shelfware?
Shelfware seems to be wear and tear that happens from just existence sitting around.
Oh, I see. Wear on certain objects from being kept on a shelf.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, I've
When
never
you
heard
step
that
back
phrase.
into the reading room, you can see that the books have a lot of shelfware.
That's fair. Okay, so we've got box and we've got shelf. So does the middle one gonna say like upper, lower, left, right, something like that? Something to give us a place.
Problem is, this makes this harder.
What?
Because what are we going to get out of this now? Now we know there is a box and a shelf, but not which one, unless it's box.
Well, that's why I'm saying the middle one might be telling us like upper, lower, left, right, middle, something like that. This middle one
Okay.
might be the thing that tells us where to go.
Argument,
Hmm.
line, paddle, and rank. Is there anything else it
It's
could
true.
be? Could these all be synonyms for a different word?
Could be.
Like a paddle is an oar. A paddle is or to paddle. Rank means it smells bad. Rank is you can rank things. Your rank could there are examples of ranks, but I don't think argument means lieutenant. High rank, high line, high paddle.
Argument just feels like it can't have many things that
It
go
has
with it.
gum in the middle.
It does.
It starts and ends with letters that create an animal. In this case, an ant. Like, what's an argument?
A fight.
Your case, an opinion.
Mhm.
I mean, case is something that maybe is relevant,
I guess.
but like a line is not a case. A line is a job. What's your line? What's your job?
Yeah.
A line. Yeah, I mean, there's rank. There's like goes with rank and file, but that's nothing. Rank is a level, but
I have a word that I'm trying to conjure up,
a
and
rank
it's
is
not
a layer.
fitting.
Uh,
I've got something for argument, something that means like a...
Not a fight. Are you thinking an argument is in like two people have had an argument, or I'm presenting my argument?
No, I was thinking more the first kind. I think
tiff.
I'm having a brain break.
Okay.
I really can't think of any words.
I mean, an argument can be a position, and a rank can be a position, but a paddle can't be anything other than a paddle.
There's nothing weird about pronunciation with that.
And to paddle something, but what does that mean? To a row, a rank is a row, a paddle is a row, a line is a row, and an argument's a route.
I was stuck on route and going, that's not what I want, and I couldn't make it work.
Ah, fair. Well, you should have said the word route, then I would have said row. It would have helped.
It also still took me another 30 seconds to even realize that was what was happening in my own head.
Now here's the problem.
Row, and row. Okay.
This is where I thought we'd run into the next problem.
Yep.
That doesn't help us in any way.
It might, because we have these colors.
So that's the symbol of the escape map, or the escape. Is it on our passport?
Yeah, you can pull it out of your pocket and take a look at the map.
Okay, if box is a series of 3 points that go from yellow to orange to purple, does that make the answer the yellow room, which is 3, the orange, which is 4, and then the purple, which is 8? So it's box 348, maybe?
Would be challenging, but not impossible.
I don't think it's impossible.
Would you be able to hold both of those images open at once?
Yeah, so like that's clearly 3 colors under box.
I don't think there's a yellow there, though.
You don't think it starts yellow?
Not really. I think that the green one starts yellow.
I think they both start yellow.
That looks more like 5 to me, if you're picking a yellow.
Oh, 5, because we're kind of that pale
Yeah, if you're going to
cream.
pick one.
Okay, yeah, sure. So it's box 548.
Row
72.
And shelf
361. 61. Matching the colors of these thingies to the colors of the rooms on the map.
That is an insane number of shelves.
It's a very big room, but you can eventually find it. You walk down there, you head in the archives and find the box, and inside you discover an old diary. The cover says My Travels, and the inside page says that it belongs to an Alfred Seagraves. And you actually see another thing now that you've walked that far into the archives. You can see that there is a dusty tarp cloth type thing against the wall with some undeterminable lumps underneath it.
Oh my. Is this Billy the sorts of undeterminable lumps that you want to reveal?
I'm happy to try and reveal the lump.
All right, let's, with a flourish, pull a dusty top.
So you remove the cloth with the magician's flourish. When you're done coughing from all the dust it kicked up, you are left with 4 pedestals in front of you, each containing a sculpture.
Ooh.
I will describe them for you from left to right. Okay. Remember, art is subjective. You're looking at these sculptures. The first one is a bust of a man from the waist up, and his left arm is pointing up at a diagonal like he's gesturing at something in the distance. The second sculpture is of a dolphin mid-jump out of the water, its body in kind of a banana-shaped curve. The third is a small sculpture of a top-heavy strongman. You'd probably say he has Dorito body. Is standing straight with both of his arms extended straight out to his left, one of them a few inches above the other. The last one is a sculpture of a hand holding a trident.
Okay. I know what these are.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Look at our alchemy jars, Dani.
Uh-huh.
Would you describe Aqua Fortis as a man with a Dorito body with both of his hands pointing out to the same side?
I would.
Would you describe Bismuth as a hand with a trident?
I suppose that's fair.
Would you describe
Iron as a man pointing?
Iron as a man pointing up with his left hand? And would you describe, I don't know, is it Silver that's like a dolphin? Like a banana-shaped dolphin?
It is a banana-shaped dolphin.
So we know that from left to right, we have Iron, Silver, Aqua Fortis, which is some kind of acid of some type, right?
All right, so good to know. Don't know what to do with those yet, but
yeah, we
that
have
is
elements in a row.
amazing. All right.
Let's read this diary.
Let's take a look at my travels.
Yes, you should open up my travels.
Ooh, yeah, wow. This has a bunch of dates.
Oh, and some of these dates match dates that we have, maybe?
Really?
1859 is a date that we have.
I guess. Ooh, father has
1915.
died. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, see, these are helpful.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go date by date, shall we?
Yeah.
For people following along at home, maybe you can see this. Maybe I haven't bothered linking it because it's just text, and I'm going to read it to you instead. October 1859. Father has died. Mother appears unbothered by this. We must depart New South Wales at once for British West Africa, where he has been stationed. I do not understand. I understand New South Wales, for it is both new and south. British West Africa, it is British and west and located in Africa. But is it not also north? I suppose I must ask myself, is it more north or more west? I suppose it is ultimately more west. I've told this to Mother. Mother appears unbothered by this. We shall return home after.
Oh, no.
So this helps us know that, like, plaque number 5 will be the father, right? Because he died in 1859.
Potentially.
Don't say potentially. It seems perfectly fine.
I think it's fair.
And we also know that at that time, their mother is still alive. So if we find a mother portrait, she will not have died before 1859.
Okay.
That's what I think is what we're working out here.
All right.
Next date.
May 1865. Woke up and immediately left for Japan. I've been nominated for an award. I eagerly await winning it, as is my birthright. Father won the award 20 years hence for discovery of a new poison plant. I must prepare a speech.
Nice. So we're also seeing the places on this map as well being
Yes.
referenced.
I wondered if this was more direction-based than anything else.
That's fair. May 1865 continue. I did not win the award. I shall away right now to the Royal Society to complain about this.
April 1866. I have returned to the dig site in British West Africa to continue my research. Perhaps I shall make a novel discovery.
November 1868. I have not made a novel discovery, returning to New South Wales tomorrow.
September 1885. My son was born today. May he be hale and hearty and a man of reason.
January 1890. Oh, 1885. Was that anyone's birthday?
No, we're late now.
January 1891. I have tired of the child already.
April 1892. Have successfully petitioned for my right to join expedition to Peru. We set off tomorrow.
March 1900. Left Peru on a merchant ship. Discovered a new island. The natives seem friendly. Surely they will agree this is now my island.
August 1900. It is not my island anymore. Returning to Peru post-haste.
May 1910. I've received another rambling letter from my son. I was not sure he knew where to find me, and yet he is obsessed with the ancient art of alchemy. I will not finance his schooling for such trivial matters.
March 1915. I have succumbed to mosquitoes since coming to British India. I wish to have left profound parting words, but I have none.
So also someone died in 1915.
Did
It's
happen.
this guy.
Oh man, he was 12 at the start of this when his father died?
Yeah.
Bummer.
So we also can do this for directions on that map.
So we're going to try to follow this person's journey.
And hope... Now, when we go to that directional lock, is it limited to, like, up, left, down, right?
Yes, yeah, it's the 4.
So we're going to hope that we don't ever have to go diagonal.
Well, that's what the first one is about, and saying, is it more west or is it more north? So I think it'll be that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. If it's both, go make the call. You're right. It's telling us that. All right, so we start at the dig site in British West Africa.
We start in New South Wales, don't we?
Oh, you're right. We must depart New South Wales at once. So we go west, so it's left.
Seems like it.
Because it is both left and north, but it is more left than it is north.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so our combination begins with left. Then it does say we shall return home after. So then it'll be right again.
I guess so. I think that's fair. They've returned home.
Then we go to
they've
Japan.
gone to Japan, which is pretty much straight north.
Yep, so it's left, right, up. Then...
They away right now to the Royal Society, which is it's
I
pretty
mean,
west.
let's go basis on the map, because it could also be right, but let's go left.
Yeah, let's assume that they thought the world ended there.
Yeah. To the Royal Society.
From there, they returned to the British West Africa dig site,
Which
is
would be south, so down.
They did not make a novel discovery, so returning to New South Wales.
Okay, so right.
Was born, bored of child. Expedition to Peru comes next.
So that'll be left.
Very far left.
Again, I'd probably go right, but let's say they go left.
Yeah. Left Peru on a merchant ship, discovered the new island. So as far as this map goes, that's way left again.
Yep, so left again.
And then they return to Peru.
That's right.
And then the last thing we hear is, I have succumbed to mosquitoes since coming to British India.
We should be right.
I guess so.
So based on those directions, the code for the door into the...
Assuming inefficient world travel.
Assuming that you think the world is flat, would be left, right, up, left, down, right, left, right.
The lock clicks open. You are free
Hey.
to
Nice.
enter the area beyond the fence.
Let's take a look at this workbench.
So you do enter the room from the south side. You see the map that you already looked at. Underneath, there's a workbench. There's two other things you didn't see before.
Ooh.
Against the west wall is a wooden cabinet, and then leaning against the east wall are what appear to be a series of framed portraits.
Oh, exciting.
Okay, well, let's check out the workbench.
You can hop on over to the workbench. Atop it, there's a standard chemistry set with all the stuff you'd typically have in there, as well as various substances and materials that you might use for appraising or restoring artwork. Next to that is an impossibly old leather-bound book with the Alchemnomicon stamped on the cover.
Man, are we going to have to restore some portraits? Can we take a look at these portraits quickly? What sort of condition are they in?
You find 6 portraits, each in an ornate brushed gold frame, each of a very fancy man, and you can have a look at portraits.
Nice.
People playing along at home, you can do these yourself. We have
these are
6
fancy
people.
men.
We have Alfred Cletus Graves, Alexei Rostoevsky Graves, Alan Redding Graves, Aloysius Christoph Graves, Algernon Charles Graves, and Alexander Rudolph Graves. They are each pictured in some kind of a place. One of them has like a neck ruff, so he'd probably be the oldest of them. 2 of them are sitting in front of tigers. One's cool and one's basically just a cat. So maybe that one is
That's
just
like
a
an
cat.
ocelot, more like an ocelot
Yeah,
than a
maybe like
tiger.
an ocelot. There's one who looks like he's in a conservatory, one who looks like he's in Versailles, and one with a top hat who's sitting in a lab. These are all graves, so presumably they will be the people who need to go in these portraits, but we don't know who they are.
Yeah. Do they come down? We can pick them up, take a look at their backs and things like that?
Yeah, there's a wire to hang them, but
Right.
you can't really take the back off of the portraits. You can tell they're all oil painted and they're all in more or less the same frame.
Lovely.
Sounds good.
On the workbench, we had something where we could restore portraits.
Yeah.
This old book. Was there a third thing?
General chemistry stuff.
Chemistry stuff. Cool. All right, well,
Do you think we need to look at the book?
we also could look at the cabinet.
We could.
You also could check if the computer's done booting up yet.
Oh, yeah.
I refuse. Let's check the cabinet, shall we?
Okay.
You go over to the cabinet. It's wooden. It's locked. It takes a key.
Alrighty. That was easy. Okay. I don't want to look too deeply into this Alchemnomicon, but I feel like we should see
Yeah,
what
let's
it's
have a
got
quick
going
glance
on.
at the Alchemnomicon.
It's a very, very old book, and it has a lock on it.
Ooh.
It's one of those like dial locks. You see that it wants a 4-part combination. You're expecting to see letters or numbers, but instead there are various strange symbols that you think might be alchemical.
The symbols,
Easy.
the symbols.
Can we turn it to iron? I didn't write them down. What were they, Danny?
Pointy man.
What were they, Danny?
Oh, silver, which was iron, which is pointy man. Silver, which is moon dolphin. Aquafortis, which is double point left. And bismuth, which is trident.
The lock unlatches with a soft click. You gently open the book, but after that, you're kind of afraid to keep flipping through it because it's like really, really old. So maybe you should be sure of what you want to find.
Yep.
Cool, great.
And we'll
Okay,
use
in that
the
case,
chemistry tweezers.
shall
to
we
do
head
so.
back to the computer?
Let's do it.
All right, you head back to the computer. It is done booting up, and you're excited to see what kind of cool stuff is on there, what kind of software the archives has. But all you end up seeing is a to-do list. So you can look at the to-do list.
All right.
To-do list. Ooh, several things have been checked off. This person's done well.
Yeah, great.
They have catalogued the Culloden papers. Good for
Amazing.
them. They have prepared item shipments for repatriation project. That's
Good.
a noble cause. They have replaced expelled fire extinguishers
Well,
with...
expired fire extinguishers, I'd say.
What did I say?
Expelled?
Oh, no.
I think that's fine,
Well,
though. I think if you've expelled the fire extinguisher, by expelling its contents, it is now expired. But it also gives us the symbol for fire.
I was so interested in that symbol for fire that I stopped reading correctly. They have also requested vacation time. And that's presumably why they have not succeeded at fulfilling their last step on the to-do list.
Locate display cards from decommissioned Alexander R. Graves exhibit. I think they are in box 156, row 76, shelf 421.
Interesting. All right, well, I suppose it feels like we should go there and take a look and see if he's right.
Yeah, let's go and grab this box. 156, row 76, shelf 421.
You do. You head back into the archives, and lo and behold, it is the box specified in the to-do list. You recognize the display cards from your time much earlier in the day when you got to see the museum normally as the informative descriptions of materials that the curators write to help museum patrons understand the exhibits better.
Lovely.
The box only contains these cards, not the materials they describe, but you take a look anyway. So you can have a look at display cards.
All right, the first one, it says that it's from Broadside, 1799. This widely Broadside's not a place, it's a thing. This widely circulated broadside pertains to Alexander's father's trial and subsequent execution, which was a scandal at the time. His father was accused and found guilty of multiple murders, for which he provided the defense that he was a citizen surgeon engaged in a legitimate scientific undertaking. 1799 is one of the dates here.
Yeah, so someone died in 1790. Okay, we've got to start making notes of some of these things. We didn't get a name for that earlier diary either, did we?
We did
It
not.
was Alfred C. Graves.
Oh, it was?
You saw that on the
Fantastic.
inside. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so
So presumably Alexander's father, Alexander would need to have been born during his lifetime, so I'm assuming the subsequent one, 1776 to 1816, was likely Alexander?
yeah, is there anyone else born between 1722 and 1799?
No.
Great. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm going to have to rewrite these dates and with information, with space so I can do information about them. I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we know that 6 was the person who wrote that earlier diary.
Cool.
Who you just said was who, sorry?
Alfred?
Alfred was number 6. His father was number 5, but we don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm. Number 4, I now believe, is Alexander,
Has to have been Alexander.
because the one before that is Alexander's father.
So number 3 would just be, so far we know he's a surgeon.
It's fair.
Okay, lovely.
Citizen surgeon.
A citizen surgeon.
All right, let's check out the next one. Maybe it'll give us more.
Okay. This is a hand-drawn map, date unknown. Obviously, we can't see the map, but this is the card for a hand-drawn map, date unknown. One object dear to Alexander was a hand-drawn map he inherited from his namesake, his great-grandfather, Alexei. So these are all fairly, sequential time-wise. So if his father's number 3, his great-grandfather must be number 1.
I think that's fair. Also, 17th century astronomer, it says, and he would have been the one who did most of his living in the 17th century.
Yes, yeah. No one else. You're not going to be an astronomer before you're 12. A 17th century astronomer. This map depicts a proposed distance from Earth, and we have a symbol for Earth now,
To Saturn?
to Saturn. Alexei Graves was known for asserting that he discovered a number of Saturn's moons as a teenager, but just didn't get around to telling anyone about it before Cassini did.
Nice.
That sounds right. Okay, next.
Diary entry, early 1800s, a rare look into Alexander's personal life. This page describes his son, the first A.C. Graves to be born in over a century. That is very helpful.
Okay.
And devolves into a rant about his disappointment over his son's cat allergy and obsession with plant cultivation. An avid hunter and amateur taxidermist, Alexander Graves no doubt hoped his son would follow in his footsteps. So Alexander likes his stuffed animals. His son was an AC.
And the first AC to be born in over a century, so his father couldn't be an AC.
Yeah.
So it's got to be... And I don't think Alexei was an AC.
I
Hold
think
on.
he was an R. But Alfred Cletus.
So there's 2 AC. So it's Alexei, who's an astronomer, then some kind of AC, then Alexander's father, then another AC, then Alfred. The 2 ACs are Aloysius Christoph and Algernon Charles. So I guess the third one, his father must have been Alan Redding,
Guess so.
the citizen surgeon.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alexander was a taxidermist. His son
Liked
liked
Look,
plants, so that's Algernon Charles. 'cause
Algernon
he's-
does look planty.
Which means the grandfather was Aloysius Christoph.
think that's fair.
So we know it's Alexei. So if we go to the plaques with these paintings, can we hang them from plaque number 1 to plaque number 6 as Alexei Rostoyevsky graves, Aloysius Christoph graves, Alan Redding graves, Alexander Rudolph graves, Algernon Charles graves, then Alfred Cletus graves?
You've placed all the portraits in that order and they seem correct. Great, you can leave. Or can you? You go try the door again, and when you do, you set off the alarm once more.
Oh, man.
This time, you look behind you and see the velvet curtains on each side of the archway rise up to reveal 2 more lit sconces. Same deal, underneath them, 2 more plaques you hadn't noticed. You go to examine them. The one to the right of the arch also has a metal key hanging on the wall next to it.
Ooh.
Better do some more searching.
Okay, do they have dates on them?
They do. The one to the left of the arch is 1625 to 1682.
Okay, and the other one?
And the other one is 1885 to 1925.
All right, but we have a key.
We needed a key.
We needed a key for the cabinet. Can we take that key and see if it opens the cabinet?
You are walking back into that area by the workbench. You just happen to glance over and you see that the diary has opened to a page, the Alchemnomicon. So you can have a look at that now. So you can look at Alchemist's diary. The writing on the page looks very old, like quill pen old, but the handwriting on the next page is different. So that seems strange to you.
Okay, so it says craft, and then it has 3 alchemical symbols, which is the picture that this is what we had on our body, right?
They were,
Last
yeah.
episode?
You're right. They definitely were.
Not in the exact same order.
No, but they were the same symbols.
Yeah.
Oh, that's curious. Okay.
Now, but they're not all present on our alchemy
2
jars,
of
right?
them were
Salt.
Mercury and salt.
And mercury and some third thing that we don't know. Okay. Craft salt mercury something. Conducted loud heavy metal 4, plus brain can reinterpret red shade 8, minus element add back in to take edge off pain 7. These feel like 3 cryptic clues
They really do.
that'll get us things to add together. Do not forget triangle when making elixirs. Normal, was that water
Fire?
or fire?
Yep, great. So we've got our cryptic crossword clues. That's the left-hand
Should
page.
we read the rest before we solve those?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, September
go.
1920. This is the new person. I have been contemplating my lungfish. Of course you have. It truly is the most remarkable creature. It can breathe air despite its classification as a fish. If a fish can survive on land, how else might I be able to survive? I believe it holds the secret to eternal life through its adaptability, and I will unlock its many mysteries. Long I have endeavored to continue the work of my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather Albert Randall Graves, perhaps the greatest mind to grace humanity, until me, that is. I will endure forever.
How many greats are there?
Several.
How many greats are there?
5.
Great. So that's the 1625 to 1682. And this guy is the 1885 to 1925.
If you say so, okay.
Because if you go from here, you go Alfred's father, Alfred Charles's grandfather, Alexander's great, Alan Reddy's great-great, Aloysius Christopher's great-great-great, Alexei is great-great-great-great, and so whoever's before that, 1625 to 1682, would be great-great-great-great-great. All right. March 1925. So yes, we know he must be the 1925 guy because he's writing in 1925.
So he's about to die?
This is him dying.
All right. Well,
I have finally cracked the last of Albert Randall's infernal codes and can recreate his recipes. I understand why he shielded his work so. All the greats have, as only one who could match his mental acuity is worthy of his work. That one is me. I have brewed the mixture and tested it on the lungfish to much success. The time grows near. Time. Soon it shall be but a trifle to me, for mine will never end. He
Sweet.
said on the date of his death.
or his fake death.
Or his fake death.
We'll
So
find
let's
out.
crack this code, shall we?
Okay.
Conducted loud heavy metal. As a cryptic crossword clue, who knows? Conducted loud is F.
I would have been likely to say, conducted an experiment, that sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Fran.
Yeah, rant.
Ranf. Conducted loud heavy metal. I mean, are these cryptic crossword clues insofar as, the answer will be heavy metal?
I assume so.
And the construction will be conducted loud.
I've got the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Brain can reinterpret red shade. Reinterpret the letters brain can makes cinnabar.
Cinnabar is a red shade.
Mhm.
Okay, so the 8-letter one is cinnabar. So it's something cinnabar. And then element, add back in to take edge off pain. Yeah, Ni. So you're adding back in, so Ni instead of In, to take edge off pain. I mean, the edge off pain could be PAI or AIN.
Yeah, that's why I said neane. Was cinnabar one of the ingredients that
Yeah,
we
we could
Can
probably find
use
all
that
of these in the list
to
in the
give us a
alchemy jars.
hand?
Cinnabar,
Oh, conducted lead.
lead.
That makes sense.
Conducted. So it's lead is the answer for conducted. I don't know what the construction is for loud. I mean, or it's a heavy metal.
Lead is a heavy metal, and
Oh, and it just sounds like lead
fair enough.
because it's LEAD instead of LED.
Makes sense.
So it's conducted loud. Say it out loud. You get lead. Sounds like lead. Sounds like a heavy metal lead. So it's lead plus cinnabar, and then the element add back in to take edge off pain is 7 letters. It's probably not mercury. I don't think it's amalgam. Bismuth. Not sure. Those are our options if it's from one of these jars. Add back in to take edge off pain. You take the edge off pain, you get AI, take both edges off pain, or just PAI or AIN. Take the edge off could just be to dull. Dull pain. Is dull pain what we want?
You could come back to it if you wanted to.
Oh.
You still have a cabinet to open.
Never. It's right here. It's so close.
Let's open the cabinet. Maybe
No.
it's got options in it. It's
Fine.
probably got more things in it.
Fine.
Can we open the cabinet?
You open the cabinet and you discover 2 more portraits. So you can have a look at portraits 2. You can see the family resemblance. There must be a different way to figure out which is which.
Yes, they're Albert R. Graves and Albert R. Graves.
They have Mona Lisa'd in that no one can remember which way they're meant to be facing. I see, a very subtle difference in the backgrounds of the two.
Yeah, they've been in the back. I was looking at how they've been scratched out.
There are very subtly different things in the background. One of them's got a die in the background, and one of them's got, what is that leaning on the skull?
I have no idea. Something is touching the skull in the back of one of them. They're also, their names are crossed out in different ways. I don't know if that matters.
But neither of them specifically looks like it says Randall to me, just visually.
No, I don't think we can tell that way. But also, that doesn't help us at all with the puzzle that we were trying to do.
No.
So unless we don't need to do the puzzle, maybe we should go back and try and do the puzzle.
I really want to.
Yeah, you're not enough of an art expert to visually discern
Oh,
difference
there's gonna be
between...
some
We
sort of
have all those art
restoration tool
restoration
thing that we can
things,
do.
but-
You're right, I don't understand any of that.
I mean, do you want to do that instead of this?
I don't know what that is.
No, nor do I. I mean, other than we throw all the art restoration stuff at them, unless there are instructions with it, we never looked at them.
I
Can we
assume.
look at the art restoration tools and see if they say, here's how to do stuff?
Yeah, you didn't look through them yet. So you find a lot of different tools, a lot of different chemicals for appraising things. There's things that can help you figure out like what a pigment might be. You could figure out how old the pigment was, which one might be older than the other, and things that help like dissolve stuff, all that good chemical stuff.
Well, then,
It does
if
feel
there's-
like we do want to know which pigment seems older than another.
Yeah, that would be great. Can we check these 2 portraits?
You do find a chemical that does just that. You take off the lid and it's totally empty. Not a single drop remains. But you can turn it over in your hand, look at the back label. It says some information about the brand, and then it says ingredients, equal parts mercury, salt, sulfur.
Cool, so that's what we're making here.
That's what we're creating here. I mean, mercury and salt are there.
True.
Last one must be sulfur. So that, again, looks like it's not... We just need to solve this puzzle.
We really do.
Add back in to take edge off pain. I mean, it could be a word for pain, like hurt, ache. And it's just ACH or CHE.
Mm-hmm.
Is it... Okay, can I ask for a very, very specific hint?
Mm-hmm.
is the third thing on this list present as one of those jars?
It's not. So
cool.
I think maybe you saw the symbol as a minus, but it's an equal sign. It's just really tiny, and I didn't realize how tiny it was.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so after Cinnabar?
Mhm.
Oh my god, it is. I've zoomed in. It is an equal sign. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. So that feels like it is more likely to end up being sulfur because with a pH, because
Yeah.
hurt.
Hurt.
With its
Yeah,
T
makes
taken
sense.
off.
So
How would we get
plus, it's add
the
back.
plus?
Yeah, 100%.
That makes sense.
I was going to say, I should have said that out loud earlier because I was going to say plus backwards. But what does sulp mean? But no, we would have got it. I forgot
Gotcha.
that sulfur is with a pH.
It's not, but
Well, it can be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been in the 1600s.
Definitely would have.
Yeah, 100%. Great. So, yeah, it was hurt and I should have said plus back, sorry. But it is, okay, so so great. And that's the missing thing that we've got. So we have salt, we have mercury, we need sulfur.
So we need
and we
to
have
mix-
made sulfur.
So we need to mix 1 part mercury, 1 part salt, and half a part lead, half a part cinnabar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could maybe mix the sulfur first just so you could be sure to
Probably.
be like extra precise. All right, so you can put those two things in a beaker from the chemistry set and just on their own it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's because we put it in the fire. There's a fireplace.
Yeah, we haven't set it on fire. Good point.
What's wrong with you? Did you forget fire when making elixirs? You fool. Don't do that.
So you can take it over to the fireplace, hold it over there for a bit. It bubbles menacingly. You can run back if you want to add the mercury and salt now in equal parts. Run back in. You go really fast because you're afraid that the sulfur might smell a bit like eggs and then that might activate the physical barrier.
Yeah, not the lead and the mercury. That didn't worry us at all.
No, you should not. It's totally fine to set those things on fire in a room with no windows and there's no fume hood. It's great.
The rest of this room is a hallucination.
Yeah, it's totally fine. So you successfully mix it. It forms a very thick, dark green liquid that smells pungent, which is as polite a descriptor as you have for it. It's also not really in line with what you thought you knew about any of these elements, but that's okay. You just took the stuff out of the jars.
I'm willing to accept it.
You pick up a brush to apply it to the paint samples that you've taken from each portrait. You're trying to keep very steady and very precise, but your hand twitches a bit when you're moving it. So a drop of the substance falls onto the last empty square of your passport, which you had out from when you were looking at the map before. It seems to writhe there and ultimately forms into a shape and dries on the page. So you can have a look at passport image.
Yeah, it's added
Beautiful.
into. Is that sulfur?
Yeah, well, it's dark green, which we were told we'd made.
Yeah. But like the symbol.
Oh, was that the symbol? Yes, that was the symbol for
sulfur symbol.
sulfur.
See all of the museum. Sulf for the museum.
Perfect.
So now that your dating test is complete, you learn that the paint sampled from the portrait on the right, as you're looking at them, is much older.
Great.
Okay,
So
Dicey.
the Dicey Dice Man is
Old Albert Randall.
Albert Randall, and the new one is new
is
Albert
Albert.
Rondell.
I don't remember.
All right, you can run and place them. As you place the final portrait in its spot on the wall, an unsettling feeling comes over you, like a stranger coming up behind you and whispering something in your ear. In the light, you see that the subject of the portrait looks familiar. Very, very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's someone you've seen recently. Very, very recently. And you know for a fact that they are in this museum, this very, very museum, right now. Staring you down, almost mockingly, is the face of the caretaker of Albert Rosegraves, you just remembered,
Thank
who,
you.
according to this plaque, died in 1925. You make for the exit, sure that you won't trip the anti-theft system this time, but after you take more than a few steps, your legs start to feel leaden, your fingers start to tingle, and your head aches like it's stuffed with cotton. You are overpowered by the scent of that chemical you just mixed, and it's only growing stronger. And the stronger it smells, the less you are able to move. What are you gonna do?
Well, his name is Rose, and there's a rose. Does
There
it help
was a
if we
rose.
could smell a rose?
Maybe.
Would that be something?
I don't know.
Can I smell a
We
rose to
stagger-
get rid of the scent?
We stagger back to that rose and hope that it's somehow helpful.
I think you grabbed it earlier. It's in your pocket.
Yeah,
so you
that.
kind of put it over your face. It's not really doing anything. You're starting to feel even weaker and weaker. You're still standing. I'd suggest sitting down just so you avoid traumatic brain injury in
That
case you do
definitely
pass
helps.
out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely plan to do some crawling.
Yeah, you're gonna do your crawling, trying to avoid the stench. It's overpowering everything. Defeated, your eyelids begin to close. The last thing you see as your vision blurs is a pair of leather boots slowly stepping towards you. Night night.
Bloody lung man.
It's Eve! It's Eve all along.
It's Eve.
God
It's
damn
always
it.
been Eve. Eve Rose Graves.
Can't believe she'd do that.
Thanks for listening to Escape This Podcast. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we discuss the escape room we just did with the guest we just had. This podcast is kept afloat by crowdfunding, so if you enjoy the show, why not support it on Patreon? There's weekly bonus audio for our $5 donors, monthly videos for our $10 donors, monthly trivia for our $20 donors, and anyone at any level can appear as an NPC in one of the rooms that Dani designs. And thanks again for listening.